Okay, remember what I told you. Be your own boss, love yourself, get up and dance, level
Level
up.
up.
Beat it up like beat it up like
Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to have all of you here with me today. I am like so sick, but I am here for you. We're going to have a good time. I am going to make this class as good for you as it is for me, teaching you a little bit what you should know about each different profile for certain social media. And afterwards, I do usually hang out a little bit. So we'll hang out a little bit if you want, but not as late as we did last time. For all of you who were hanging out with me last time, we had such an amazing time. Again, I'm your host, if you don't know, Letitia M. And this class today is going to be on social media profiles. So enough about me. I am going to come off screen. I'm going to share my screen again. So let me go ahead and let's get this going so that we can get the class started. All right. And I usually do open up with, and so I will not. Thank you, Linda. I am going to feel better. It's just a little code. I've been running around like a mad woman for an event I have coming up. So to learn more on how you can do events, I do have a class on that coming up. So I want to know from the people who are participating with me live right now, what team are you on? Let's see it, guys. I do see a couple of people hanging out with us. So let's see what teams we have. I have Unstoppables. Hey, Unstoppables. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What other teams do I have in here? I'm Twilight. Anybody here from Twilight? Team Skyline. Team Sky. Nope, you're just Team Sky. That's the room you're in. But Linda, you are Team Sky. Awesome, awesome. Love it, love it, love it. So, guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, right? Because we're all grown here. Let's get started. So, as I stated, this is going to be on social media profiles. We're going to talk about a little bit of strategies. I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how you can be successful for your business profiles, right? Don't forget, guys, to follow me. Follow me on YouTube at SLM Bookings or on Facebook, on Twitter, or X as we call it now, Instagram, right? TikTok, all of those great places at SLM Bookings. But specifically on YouTube, you do have to use the @ symbol. So at SLM Bookings, I would love it if you comment, share, like, all of those great things. The video will be up probably by tomorrow morning, since I'm gonna, as soon as the class is over, go to sleep. All right, so as I stated, we're going to explore a few of the social media platforms to make sure your business is using all the ways to gain followers and clients. Real simple, right? So let's take a look at Facebook business pages. It's the most commonly used platform to engage, share, and showcase your business, as well as build a community. So a lot of people don't know how to correctly set up your business profile for here. So I have a few steps. I was going to do a lot of live demonstrations, but I think that if I do a lot of live demonstrations, this is going to take us hours, right? Creating all of these different profiles. So the first thing you want to do when you are setting up your Facebook profile, and for my note takers, these are your bullet points to take as we have this conversation. So obviously you have to sign up on Facebook. I mean, I don't know where else you're going to sign up at. I don't even know why this is step one. Step two is once you, from your user profile, you will be able to go into, oh, somebody, let me, still has their sound on. I got you, no worries. So from your Facebook regular profile, you'll be able to go to create a page, and it's going to have you actually select what type of business it is once you confirm that it is for a specific business and that you're not doing it for yourself. You want to get a good picture. So some agents do use their own photo. Try not to use a candid photo. Try to make it as professional looking as possible. Maybe instead of doing a selfie, have someone take a really good close-up shot maybe with a bare wall or a nice painting behind you. But what we're basically saying is if you don't have any professional photos, you can still mimic one. You don't want something that's going to be too, the selfies sometimes are too close into your face. Doesn't look as professional. You may like it, but people who are looking to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars with you may not. All right. Think about what you're going to use as your backdrop as well. That's not here, but you definitely want to come up with a good one. We have a lot of videos on how to use Canva. You need to utilize your resource. Matter of fact, this whole presentation was created. Almost all of my presentations are created through Canva. All right. I do a lot of videos, all of those great things. So you want to make sure you have a great backdrop. And they actually have in Canva, and let me see if I can pull that up because that might be quick for my people who are just learning about Canva. If you go to home, I think it's because I'm in Zoom, it's acting up. Yeah, look, exit. We'll talk to you later. Oh, that's so sad. Now it shows me something went wrong with the page. So if I can just have somebody in the chat room say that you can still hear me, I just want to make sure we're still live as well. Anybody in the chat?
I can still hear you.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Because once my Canva froze, that made me nervous.
I was
That's
having
how often I use Canva. Like, Canva doesn't go anywhere. So, all right, I got a new page up.
Yeah, I was watching a training video earlier with Mark, and I was having audio issues on my end. I couldn't hear him at times. I think it's just Zoom. I think it's just Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom doesn't like people. All right, so now that we are in our Canva, so I just want to kind of show you how easy it is to find these backdrops, right? So you can go to templates, and from templates, click on it again. The down drop will come over. You see where it says social media. All of these are different things that you can use for your social media, right? You can have post, animated social media, ads, stories, but you don't have to use them for the purpose. The reason why they're here is they're making sure you have the correct size for things. All right. So right away, I don't see the Facebook backdrop, but if I type in Facebook here, keep it on backdrop, I'm going to keep it on that. And I can say, oh, cover. That's what it would be, cover. And so now it's going to show me Facebook event covers, Facebook covers. So the Facebook cover itself is what you want to go to. If you click on it, you'll see all of these templates. I don't really pay attention to what they pull up right away. Sometimes I might scroll down here, see if I find something that kind of drags my eye. But the best thing to do is just go to blank because all of them are going to still come up on the side here. And then that way you can kind of click on a few, see if it matches your business model, the feel that you want for your business. And then just make sure that as you're doing it, you definitely want to make sure you make it your own, right? You want to make it your own. What's another easy way that we can do to make it our own is type in the word travel, not travel, travel. And then it'll show us some great ones that people who are in the travel agents industry can just kind of come in here and use, right? That looks good. That's appealing. All of those good things. If you know that you want to use a couple of different posts, you can also add a couple of pages. And as you're going through, or if you're not sure the look, you want to see them side by side, you can always come in here, do that, grab a couple of them until you find the one that best fits your brand, and make sure to customize, right? All right. So let's get back to that. So after you have added your picture, created your Facebook cover, the next important step is adding a username. Oh, that's what I was in there for. Ha, 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 ha. I knew I had my Facebook business page up for some reason. I'm like, why am I in here? And I literally closed it before we started. So I'm going to go back really quickly. It'll just take me 1 second. And this is why we have things pulled up prior to coming into these classes. And I guess that would make sense to you. Let's see here. So when you are in your back office of your Facebook business page, and this is simply by going to switching from yourself to your business profile. Once you're completely switched over, come over to settings and privacy, and it will take you here. The next place we want to go is to, I believe it's going to be page setup. Let's take a look. It is. A lot of you don't do this. After you finish setting up your business page, you'll see your business, you'll see facebook.com/ a bunch of numbers, right? Well, we don't like that. We want to have our name there. So if you click on name from here, 1, you get to set up your name. 2, you get to set up your username. So see how mine is www.facebook.com/ SLM bookings. I don't want those 20-digit codes. It's not a cheat code. I'm not going to win something afterwards. I want to be able to say to everyone that you can go to, Canva is the best, Amber. I want to say to everybody that you can go to SLM bookings, everything, right? So my Instagram, my Facebook, all of my usernames and the URL, they call it a vanity URL, is SLM bookings, because 1, I made sure to pick a business no one else had the same name for. That's another thing. Some of you love your names, but you didn't do your homework. So you did not check to see if you are the only one using that name, and that's very important. All right, so after you get that, add your username. Do a good page description. We are all travel professionals, but what makes you the best? What makes your travel agency different from everyone else's? Why am I going to shop from you and not the ones that I found, other ones I might have found online? So make sure you have a good page description. And it says adjust the settings. So there's a couple of different settings that you can adjust. You can allow people to share your post. You can allow people to tag you. So you want to be very specific on different things that you want to allow your audience to be able to do on your Facebook business page as well. Add a call to action button. So if you want people to be able to call you, to inbox you, if you want them to go to your website, if you want them to fill out a contact form, there are so many different call of actions now that Facebook has. Did I leave my page open or did I close it? I might have closed it. But they have so many different call to action buttons now that there's for no reason why you can't get what you need and want from a customer. So let's take a look and see what a call to action button looks like. Let's see if I even have one. Oh, so in order to see it live, sometimes you have to go to view as. So I'm going to go view as if I'm a customer coming onto my site. So I do have my call to action is the WhatsApp. So they can either message me or they can send me a message on WhatsApp, right? But look at what I have here. They did change it to XX. So I have my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, my YouTube, my Linktree, my golden tickets, my Disney Traveler site, my website itself. I believe this one is going to go to Viator because Viator's link is long as whatever, right? Long as heck. So though you can have all of these different things for people to be able to contact you. Dedicated to assisting you in booking your dream vacation, cruises, weddings, tickets, and more. I kept mine short, sweet, and to the point, right? So then when you go to the About section, you'll be able to see more information about how you can contact me, different reviews I might have had. Thanks, Mark. Some of the reels that we've done. I'm doing a live event, so we have a lot of information that's been coming out for that. And other videos, and of course, majority, not all, because as you can see, not all of my videos come from BranchUp, okay? I do create my own content, all right? So you definitely want to make sure that you are very purposely putting together a really good page for yourself for people to be able to connect with you. And as you can see here, I use a logo instead of using my face. I find I get more people that way because they don't have the bias. Some people don't want to do business with minority business owners, and some people don't want to do business with women. So they just think maybe I'm an agent of the company instead of the company itself, right? Don't forget to add a couple of posts. Don't just let BranchUp post for you, but definitely connect BranchUp, all right? Once you have your Facebook business page up and running, you definitely want to make sure you connect BranchUp. But don't forget to utilize your Canva and even some of the posts that a lot of our vendors and suppliers give to us, right? And you can actually create a couple of different posts prior to just doing that launch. Create user engagement. Some of your posts can be call to action, or they can even be contest style. Those we found are really good. So some good points to add to this discussion is when, so for example, when you're creating a page, remember I told you it's going to ask you what type of business you are. You also want to think about what kind of businesses you want to follow, and that you want to sometimes go onto your business page, go through some of the places that you're following, and share some other their content on your page. When you do cross promoting that way, sometimes those pages get interested in what you do and start doing what? Cross promoting you as well. So when I look at companies who I want to associate with, it's going to be magazines, bloggers, people who call themselves career travelers, right? Of course, some of our suppliers, some of our vendors, they may not share your content. However, if you're sharing content from there, sometimes their customers will see and follow you as well. So that's really good. But when you connect with people who are already in that industry, already doing some things onto your Facebook page, it's going to make it that much easier for you. So let's look at the next profile. And I went to Instagram next for a purpose. So first, we know that the Instagram profiles, especially when you create it as a business profile, all right, is great for videos and photos, events and products. It's quick engagements leading to your agency. I look at Instagram and Twitter as almost the same kind of company, really. Instagram, yes, you can use more characters, but it is very purposely done so that people have those quick engagements. It's not those long discussions and things that you can do with Facebook. This is just kind of quick, easy, kind of go. The only thing I don't like about Instagram, you can share from your computer, so you can set up posts going to Instagram. But let's say if you wanted to tag me, not tag me, if you wanted to add me as a contributor, there are certain things that you can only do from the app. So bear that in mind as well when using Instagram, that there are certain functions that you have to use from the app. So this is my cheat sheet to that as well. Sometimes I'll post things from my computer on Instagram and then go back on my phone and click edit and then do whatever else I need to do. Because sometimes I do add a lot of contributors or tags or I already have my music set thanks to Canva, right? I already have music on there. So those are just some things that you want to keep in mind. So what are our few steps? So if you already have an Instagram profile, and most people do, you want to go into your profile, tap the edit profile button and switch to a professional account. This is going to help you out in the long run. You can set up a whole new account for it if you want to have a separate business and keep your personal. Some people do that. You just need to use another email address other than the one you already have with your Instagram accounts. You want to choose a category that best describes your business. And then once you do that, you're going to, choose business and tap next. Add contact details. So we definitely want to make sure we're putting in reachable phone numbers, great email addresses. Some of you have maybe PO boxes. Don't worry about putting a physical address down. Most of us, and when I say most of us, 97% of us are all work at home agents. So you don't have to worry about putting a physical address, okay? Now, this is why I came to this one next. A smart cookie is going to connect their Facebook business page to their Instagram account. There are great benefits in doing that. Like if you want to be able to post automatically and you're using Facebook Meta to do that, you can set up your social media for months out, and you can have it also go to your Instagram account as well. Okay. So this is a really, really good tool to be able to connect. So make sure you're doing that. Now, unlike with Facebook and some of the other social media profiles, some of the other social media profiles will have a place for you to put your website. Instagram does not. I'm going to go ahead and mute you back on, no worries. So what you want to remember is with Instagram, you need to put your website in your bio. So make sure you keep room in your bio for your web link. All right. So mine, I believe I have both my website and a link to where they can purchase my books because I'm also an author. You can also create hashtags as a strategy and use relevant hashtags in your post, right? So, but if you create a hashtag, you can put that in your bio as well. So then anything that comes up with that hashtag also will resonate with your profile, resonate with your post. When I Google you, I will see some of the different posts you have because you've included that hashtag in your bio. So creating a smart bio in Instagram is very key. You do have to keep it low character wise so that you can fit in these little extra 2 things. But by doing this, if I happen to, before I start working with you, I want to Google you and see what you're about, I can also see a lot of things that goes a long way with that. Yeah, Meta Business is really, really important because if you're not trying to pay for a company to do your auto post, right? To manage your posts. I'm all about managing my posts. I created 135 posts one time just so I didn't have to do any posts for a month and a half. Yeah, and I did it so that I had 3 posts. I did 135, 136, maybe 136 posts, and switched them between videos and images, switched them between destination information, tips, fun things. Just, took that and kind of made it weird. And so I use Socialmonials. What I did was I paid for the year. Actually, I'm sorry, I paid for the lifetime. And if anybody wants to pay for the lifetime, let me know. I have a link for you. That way I can post to all of my social media under one roof. As you can, and like I said, make a lot of different posts. I can also run contests, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so it's $70 for the lifetime versus $10 a month versus $20 a month versus Hootsuite, which is $200 and something a month to $300 and something a month. Meta is good though, to especially get you started. And let's go to it. Take a look at Meta. I keep coming out of it like I'm done. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I don't need anything else in here. And then I end up right back. This is why you can't trust it. All right. So the cool thing about Meta, I went to Meta, by the way, from my Facebook business page. It said Meta Business Suite. I clicked on it and it brought me here. So with Meta, you can create posts, create reel, create stories, go live, and more. All right. You can also see what comments you've been getting on different things. You can see what your best reels are, just so many different things. So you can check on your notifications from here. And the cool thing is when you're a smart cookie like me and you connect your Facebook and your LinkedIn, you're literally in one spot and you can see the engagements from both. All right. You can go to your planner and you'll see if you're connected with BranchUp, you will see those posts come through from BranchUp as well. So even if you're trying to plan something in between, you'll see when BranchUp has things planned for you, and you'll be able to make those smart choices. It's like BranchUp doesn't have anything for the rest of the week. I don't know what's going on with that. It must be, again, this might be Zoom not loading this page correctly, because we know BranchUp got everything. They got it on lock. They even give you some, they show you the content that you've already had. They tell you can come and A/B test some things, which is they create a post 2 different ways to see the engagements. They can even test to see when is the best time for you to publish. You can see again things that are scheduled. I don't know what's going on. No scheduled posts. We know that that's impossible. All right. So then when we go to back to Planner, and if you want to create a post, it gives you the option to do both at one time. So see, there's my Facebook, there's my Instagram. You go ahead and create your post. And once you come into scheduling, set date and time, or scheduling options itself, they will show you active times, and it'll show you the best times people are active. Now it says my Facebook, it doesn't have any. This is why I'm saying this is weird, because we know that I have like 1,000 things going up on there. So I think it's just maybe not loading correctly, but it does show my active times for Instagram. So you can select what your active times are. If you wanted something definitely for tomorrow, then you definitely need to make sure you look at the dates, because as you can see, they changed. Okay. All right. What are some other tips that I have for my note takers? I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I did say to make sure for Instagram that you're going to connect contact information, business choice. Yep, we went through all of that. Find the right mix of contact to capture your audience's attention. So if you're posting 2 to 3 times a day, and we all know that sweet spot is 3, right? Some people even go as far as to 5. I don't do that. I think 3 is a good sweet spot. See what people are looking at. Even if they may not like or share or anything to your post, you can see the ones that are looking at it. So after about a good 20 days, go back into your back office, start looking at your different style posts and see which ones they look at the most. What styles are they looking at? Are they looking at more videos? Or do they like the ones where you do voiceovers? Do they like the ones when you're on camera itself? See what your audience attention is. So then when you go to plan your next month, you know how to kind of plan it a little better. I always tell people, come up with a social media plan for what you want to do. So for example, we're in June. You shouldn't be talking about June deals. We're in June. You should be talking about things going on in August. By the time we get to the end of July, we need to be talking about fall deals. So you always want to think about what's coming. Yes, last minute bookings are great, but they're going to be cheap and not ideal. You want to think about the customer ahead that's going to have a little bit more time to pay for some of these packages. So always think of campaigning. And you also want to think about in Instagram, setting your privacy settings. Maybe you don't want people to be able to comment. I don't know why, but some people are like that. They don't want comments on their posts because sometimes comments can go from good to bad, right? So that's a decision that you have to make. You also want to make sure that you are completing that profile. Don't leave out any details. Like I said, except for your address, because then you will be most likely engaged with on social media for lack of information. All right, so keep it clean, keep it fun, but also keep it engaging. What? Sylvia, what that? Or was you saying what the? Yeah, because of all of those engagement, those posts I had.
No, it was for what you were talking about before we went into the meta.
What did I say before Meta?
Shoot, I forgot what it was called now.
Ooh, always write it down, guys. Always write it
I know.
down.
I'm sitting here. I'm doing the Canva thingy with you as you were going through it and making some of my posts, because I haven't done them yet because I couldn't figure out how to do them, and I figured out how to do it finally. So as you're going through, I'm sitting here trying to do a couple of them.
Yeah, I found out how you can do mass.
It was the one you were talking about. I guess for the what it got for the posting or something.
Oh,
send us
socialmonials.
something like that. Yeah. was the one you-
Socialmonials, instead of
Yes.
me using Meta, I use socialmonials so that I can post LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You see what I'm saying? Even my Pinterest boards, I can post on Pinterest from there.
Oh, you can?
Yes, sis,
Ooh, I got a
yes.
Pinterest.
Exactly. So it's so many different places that you can post. I can run contests from there. You can have up to 30 different social media boards.
Okay. Yeah, I know
Okay.
my next thing besides social media is trying to figure getting like to kind of like word of mouth because where I live really close to like a Sun City Center 'cause I live in Florida. It's a senior communities all around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know my grandmother took care of a couple of them that, they would still travel, there's snowbirds out here, all that.
Yes.
So I might now with the social media stuff, I want to my next step is to get into like word of mouth and, actually like going out and figuring out how to do all of that.
Yes.
Because,
So you're going to definitely want to attend my one for trade shows and all of that stuff. I have
oh,
that coming up.
yes.
I'll give you the date at that at the end of this class.
Okay, awesome.
Excellent. I'm going to put you back on mute, hon.
Yep.
So that, yeah, guys, just awesome. Awesome. I love interactive classes. So let's see who's next. LinkedIn business pages. LinkedIn business pages. Let me get some yes, I do in the chat if you have a LinkedIn business page. I don't have one yes, I do in the chat yet. Not yet. Yes, I do, Amber. Yes. Who else? Amber can't be the Sylvia.
I do.
Linda. Love it, guys. Love it. All right, excellent. So, so some of you don't, and that's okay. We need to get you started because we are business owners. We do business. We need to be on a platform where businesses do business with other businesses or professionals. Yes, Cassie, I'm glad you at least have that LinkedIn profile. Then it's going to be easy for you to get a page. All right, so here are your notes for LinkedIn, but I'm going to go into so much detail. This is probably the one we're going to spend the most time on, okay? So first, you need to understand the LinkedIn algorithm. Put this to the side. Put it to the side. You don't need to understand it this very moment, but you do. I need to understand it in order to make all of this make sense, okay? You need to craft a powerful headline and summary. You need to use professional, high-quality photos. What did I tell you about those photos? You need to highlight your experience and skills. Why are you the expert? Why should I come to your company? So some people market themselves as the travel agent. Some people market ourselves as travel agencies. What sets your agency or you as an agent apart? Get some testimonials or recommendations. If you are new and don't have them yet, it's okay. When you get your first customer, I'm not telling you to beg them for a testimonial, but but on your business profile as a LinkedIn, because you have to have a LinkedIn profile. Same thing with Facebook, right? You have to have a Facebook profile before you can create a business page. Same thing. You can actually put in that you're excellent with customer service and sales, that you are excellent in social media. You can put all of these different things that you have skill sets for. And then you can get other people who are connected with you in LinkedIn to go and even though they may not give you a testimonial for your business, they can endorse you on your skills to show why you are the expert. I might pull mine up to kind of show that. Join relevant groups and add value. So it's not just about you on LinkedIn. Same thing concept with Facebook, but this is even more to the 10th degree. With LinkedIn, we can join, I wouldn't join travel agency networks per se, but I might join networks that are in a cohesive field to my niche. So I might join bridal and destinations. I'm in a couple of destination groups. I might look and join some of our suppliers and our vendors. And then when they ask questions, because they love to ask questions, I make sure maybe every once in a while I'm one of those people that's going to go in there and add value by answering the questions, taking the surveys, showing relevancy that I am an expert in this community. Make sure, just like Facebook, that you customize your URL for your business and make sure that there's always posts going on so that your profile, your business profile stays active. And how do we do this last point? By connecting our business LinkedIn profile to BranchUp. Now, BranchUp won't post on your personal profiles, but on your business one, they will. All right. So let me see if I can pull up my LinkedIn. Like I said, I didn't want to have to recreate a lot of accounts. As I said, that might be, I don't know if I should say that on because we are recording. I was going to say something really mean about it. But let me see. Let me go to, where is my profile? So the first thing I do want you to see, let me pull it over here so we can be looking at it together, is if I pull down me, it says I'm a agency owner at SLM Bookings, resorts, cruises, destination weddings, event tickets, retreats, and I'm now hiring travel agent IBOs. All right. For some of you who don't know what IBO means, independent business owners. All right. That's how I do my posts. Independent business owners. I got a couple of followers. I'm connected to a couple of people. But if we look down, in the last month, I've had 98 people view my profile, 28 post impressions. This is really low. I've been doing a lot of Instagram and Facebook for this event, not so much on Instagram. Not so much on LinkedIn, but I've appeared in 34 searches, so I'll take that. I do have an about. This is mainly my main business here. And I do show that my services are wedding planning, trade shows, and corporate events, right? Just scrolling down some here, some of my experience. So it comes up like a resume. LinkedIn looks like a resume because this is how businesses find you. And sometimes they offer you jobs if you have a really good one. All right. So this is what I'm talking about, though. These skills for your endorsements. I literally helped an agent who signed up. He attended, what was it? The presentation that I did. He's not my agent, right? But I was the one who did the presentation. He felt like the person didn't reach out to him afterwards. So he reached me in LinkedIn. I'm just showing you guys the power of connection here. He reached out to me in LinkedIn. We had a conversation. And then I realized, I said, well, did you ever tell the person you were interested, but you just didn't sign up that day? He said, well, no, I didn't. I said, that's why she probably did not reach out to you, because sometimes we don't want to feel like we're pressuring you. And she probably didn't want to feel like she was bothering you. You attended the informational session. You didn't sign up, but you also didn't reach out to her. And he said, oh, you know what? I guess that makes sense. So then he came in and endorsed me in recruiting because he felt like I recruited him by just having that extra conversation, taking the time with him. So let's look at skills. So I have in here recruiting, small business, entrepreneurship, customer service, retail, public speaking, program management, coaching, social networking, startups, social media marketing, new business development. So these are people that have worked with me. I've coached or whatever. And they just come to my LinkedIn page and they will give me endorsements for some of the things that I said that I was good at. You can only have 50, so you want to pick your best 50, or you don't have to pick 50. You can pick 10 and then grow them as you go. All right. So this is the power of having your profile very professional, very engageable, so that people will want to connect with you. So let's take a look at SLM Bookings and see how SLM Bookings is doing. So SLM Bookings pretty much runs itself. All right. I make sure to just have the information going. Let me see. And SLM Bookings was in 11 searches. I had 3 unique visitors. You see that's down 62%. So you see, by making sure you have all of these different things, you can also see a lot of what's going on your page and how people are engaging it, and maybe change up some of the things that you're doing. I mainly let BranchUp take this. I only post on here when I have something that's an immediate thing for SLM Bookings itself. So this pretty much runs on its own. Most of my engagements come from my own profile. That's where I post where I'm going to be speaking at, things that I'm a host of, or anything about myself as the owner. But I make sure that this is how you can make sure that your engagements are also. So I have people that I have 335 followers. I barely do anything for this. So this is kind of really self-grown. All right. You can invite connections, and you'll see I have barely invited anybody because I wanted to make sure, I wanted this to be self-grown. Once you start getting a lot of connections in LinkedIn itself, you'll have 250 people you can invite a month. So yeah, so this is definitely someplace that you want your business to be. What else do I have information wise for you for LinkedIn? So where I talked about that algorithm. So here's where I want you to take your notes. The first step in optimizing your LinkedIn profile is understanding the algorithm. Simply put, LinkedIn system favors engaging, relevant, and recent content. I'm going to say that again. LinkedIn system favors engaging, relevant, and recent content. This is why you want to connect BranchUp, so that BranchUp is always keeping your business page in motion. You can always go to each one of those posts as yourself and comment yourself on it and say, to connect with me to start this beautiful vacation, have a wedding coming soon, connect with me, blah, blah, blah. Because now I've engaged it, you are starting to get that, you're going to get that to double back into that feed. Then if somebody likes it, it double backs into that feed. If they share it, it doubles back into that feed. So they favor things that are, Facebook locks us. You can have 10,000 followers, but if you're not paying for some things, you may only be reaching for 10,000, you may be reaching 2,000. I have 5,000, I might be reaching 400 people. Out of 400 people, are they going to always see my messages? No. Whereas LinkedIn system will take what's relevant to that person. And when they first open their feed, even if my thing was 10 hours ago, it could be one of the first things that they see, because they don't put, their system just works differently. All right. So it says, make sure your profile is continually updated with quality posts and interactions. And again, you can be your own interaction with them. I found that out and I was like, wow, what have I been doing? So when they were talking about craft a powerful headline and summary, it says, highlight what you bring to the table. Elaborate more on your skills, experience, and working style. Keep these sections concise, clear, and captivating. That's probably what we want to use our Chat GPT for, right? I told you about the high quality photos. We talked about experiences and skills. All right. So that is where you're going to make sure your personal profile is kept up to date as well. But in your business, if you have any achievements, if you have things that were marketable, you can also add those to it as well. It is a lifesaver. There's another site too that I use as well that it's just like Chat GPT, but a little bit more professional. I'm gonna tell you about that. We talked about the testimonials and recommendations. Joining those groups, like I said, that is going to be very important. You don't want to just seem like a self-promoter. Me, my vacation, my vacation, my vacation. I found this article on XYZ and I thought it was really important. I thought my clients would like it. You know what I also do? At the end of this class, once I have it up on YouTube, and I usually cut it by sections and stuff like that. So that's why it usually takes me like 12 hours to get it back up. Then I go into LinkedIn and I say, hey, to all my traveler professionals out there who is looking to learn more about the different profile styles for each social media, this might be a good video for you to watch. So it's self-promoting, but I'm not promoting my travel agency. I'm promoting a training that is available to anyone, right? Making myself useful and active in our community. So that is LinkedIn. Before I move, because like I said, I know LinkedIn is the most unused social media because it is normally for business professional. We are business professionals. What I'm trying to say is, because a lot of people don't have a lot of experience in it, it's not one of the things that's mostly talked about unless you are using it now. You may not have thought to use it before. So before I move on, do I have any LinkedIn questions, or would you like to see something else in LinkedIn? I can show some examples if you like. You guys are on the ball. I got all professionals up in here. They was like, we don't need to see nothing. Let's go to the next one. So before we go to the next one, I mentioned I use a different site sometimes other than Chat GPT. It is called Gemini. Gemini. All right. So tap into that one too. It's really good. You'll like it. It saved me a lot. I test both of them, and sometimes I like the answers from Gemini. All right. Twitter business profiles. Tweet, quick lines, engaging audiences, videos and images. X is a great way to use hashtags to do your heavy lifting. There are times when I had to restart last year I had to restart my Twitter account. I had a Twitter account that had over 5,000 followers, was getting 10,000 engagements a month. And yes, it is going to be recorded, Linda. And it was so terrible. A company in a different country stole my Twitter account. I cannot get it back. So let's sign a petition, guys, to get me my Twitter account back. But anyway, I started a new account, so I don't have as many followers. I don't have this, I don't have that. But you know what I'm using the power of there? Hashtags. When I put in that I'm now hiring, looking for people interested in becoming independent business owners, and I use the hashtag now hiring, independent business owner, like some smart hashtags, people who follow those hashtags like it and share it for me. Like gangbusters. They may never follow me. They may never, comment on all of my tweets and stuff like that. But Twitter is heavily hashtag standard. It really is. And if you utilize those skill sets in there to get what you want, you'll see it's going to work out for you. I really love it. And I want more people to start using it because it's definitely going to, in my opinion, be a better resource for you. And I don't, if it's called X, why are we still going to twitter.com? Just hilarious to me. All right. So what are some of my few steps? Here are the notes, guys. You can create a business account without having to create a personal account. You can do one where the business account is free, because Twitter is becoming very paid service type, but you can still create a business account for free. When you complete your profile, again, you want to make sure you're uploading a photo and a cover. And if you're using Canva and you put in Twitter cover, they will make sure it's optimized for the correct size for you. Same thing with LinkedIn and Instagram. As long as you're using, if you go to Canva and you type in the name and put in cover, they will bring up the right sizes for you automatically. Establish your brand voice. What does this mean? What do you plan on talking about? Return Letitia Twitter. I love it. It's so sad. It's so sad. The name of my business that I do a lot of, I even changed my radio brand because of it. But before I used to do I had a radio brand where I had 22 different hosts on the radio network. And I sold off parts of that business, and this is where it started. But I was still doing websites and social media lessons and stuff like that. So yeah, they stole my Twitter account, but it was MWHY Radio. So sad. So establish your brand voice. Your brand voice is is your Twitter going to always be talking about? In our cases, we can say travel, right? But if you pick a niche, then you're always talking, I'm all about cruises. I'm all about destinations. So talk to me about those exotic places. I'm all about European travel. I love I love mobility travel. So let's talk trains, let's talk buses, let's talk road trips, and let's talk private cruises, not the big cruises, right? Let's talk more yacht style. So whatever it is that your brand is going to be talking about, you can establish this very early on. There's such thing as a tweet thread. I'm going to show you that. And you can obviously link your website. Like I said, the only one that has a problem with that is Instagram. They're petty that way. So those are your quick little notes. So let's go and explore. Let me see. The last time I've used this Twitter has been quite some time. I should have maybe put something in there so y'all can see some news and engagements. However, So I have 249 that I'm following, 191 followers. Oh, this just hurts my heart. But this is not what we're here for, guys. What we're here for is this thing called lists. Ooh, lists are magical. Okay. So you can create a list for almost anything. So I have a travel list. I just have 13 people that I added into it. You don't even have to get their permission. I know that sounds terrible, right? But you can add who you want to your list, and then their posts will come through this list. So this is an easy way for your followers to see the things that you're interested in. And it's also an easy way for things that you're interested in to kind of come right into a list, and you can retweet them and things like that. So what do I mean by that? So you can, all right, so here is create a new list. And we're going to say cruises. You can make it private if you want to. I'm not going to. We can add a photo. I don't have an immediate photo for it, so we're just going to use the... Look at that. Set up your social media profiles. Don't even make sense, right? And one day I too shall change it. Oh, look at that. It's so out of scope, but we don't care because we just want to create a list really quickly. Now find people. So I want Carnival, right? Carnival Cruise Line. What is this one? No, we're not doing that. We want Royal. All right. There's the Royal Caribbean. They also have a news group. Let's make sure that's them. Yep. My Royal Europe group careers. I like that because I'm starting to do more and more groups now. All right. So who else do we have? We have Royal Caribbean. We have Carnival. We have Norwegian. Are you getting what I'm throwing down so far? Right? Following the people that interest me, that are in line with the things that I do. I can do one for my wedding. So I can just say done for right now, just so I have 5. And now in my cruise, look at this. Boom, things coming up in my feed. So anybody who follows me, they can come and say, oh, she has a cruise thing. Well, let me go and check it out. They can come and check it out as well. Starting to make you an expert, starting to make you this, that, the other. This is also how we can share our vendors, right? So we can repost from here and see how it says quote. So I can just repost, not put anything, or I can put a quote in front of it and say, grab, maybe I can spell, grab your next cruise with us. Hashtag SLM bookings. Hashtag cruise summer. Hashtag travel agents rock. www.slmbookings.com. But don't, and it's out there in the atmosphere. And I didn't even have to I didn't create a flyer. I didn't have to do like all of these things. I just grabbed who was in line with me for things that I'm doing, and I can share their information while also making it relevant for me. All right. So a lot of people don't like Twitter. You don't have to get into political engagements on Twitter. That's not your job. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do except for be a travel professional. I say that all the time. We only want you to be a travel professional. So your customers is not just on Facebook. They're not just in Instagram. They're not just on TikTok. Your next customer could very well be on Twitter. So again, let's look at this one more time. Create your business account, complete your profile, put in a good professional photo, cover photo too, guys. Don't forget that. Establish your brand voice. Make sure that what you state in your bio, the look, the feel, everything you want is always displayed in what you say. Create engaging content. All right. So boring posts won't catch the attention of potential new customers. No one wants your dissertation. That's why they make it so we can't put a lot of characters, right? So just create the content that will captivate your target audience. Those beautiful photos and those beautiful videos that we can make from Canva, that's what's going to attract attention for you. and create those threads. Those threads are going to be very, very important and easy for you. All right. You can also engage with influencers, industry celebrities, and related businesses. Sometimes if you tweet at Royal Caribbean, just put my first customer's profile together. Super excited to be a travel agent. What other deals do we have? You will be surprised. They engage back. They engage back. That's what's so cool. Now, of course, if it's hate speech, anything like that, yeah, you're going to get ignored. But if it's something that is complimentary, I'm winning and you're winning, and how can I continue to win? I'm telling you, they will engage back. All right. So make sure you're also looking at your analytics as you have been on Twitter for 30 days or more. Go back and check to see what kind of posts people are engaging with, the time frames, things like that. You can definitely build a community. They actually have it where you can now build a community. And for Twitter business accounts, you can set up, it's something where you can set up for, it's not just ads, but it's something else you can pay for. I don't pay for nothing on there. All right. But, you know, some people's pockets are different than mine. So not just for advertisements. You can optimize your business to come in front of people as well. It's something else that they're doing. So you can definitely check into that as well. All right. So that is my Twitter information. I hope you guys took good notes on LinkedIn and Twitter, because those are two that we don't really use that much. TikTok. Your TikTok business profile, ready to use templates, video editing, and more. Easy to use video creation tools, brand partnerships, and more, all on TikTok for business. They actually have it where you can apply to work with brands now in TikTok. So it's very interesting. I don't have to teach you guys about TikTok, I'm sure. However, here are a few quick steps. Switch to a business account. All right. Or create another profile that is your business account. Optimize your bio. Be very smart. The bio is very short. Again, so if you're trying to make sure you get your link, some hidden stuff in there, you definitely want to make sure that you keep it straight to the point. Complete your profile, upload a picture, and make sure it looks good. Define your goals. These are private goals that you want, but as a business, you can also tell them what your goals are, and they can help you exceed in those as well. Now, if you want to be able to do like advertising, commercials, anything like that, you will have to give them your business registration. All you need is an EIN number. You can get your EIN number from the federal. It does not cost you anything. Make sure you sign up as a sole proprietor. No LLCs, no S Corps. We are part of an LLC and S Corp for everybody in this room. Anybody who's going to be watching later, however your business defined, how your business defined, but us who are part of a host agency need to make sure we're only at the sole proprietor relationship level. All right. So then once you have these things completed, you can just really jump in and do what you do on Twitter. Like I said, I mean, on TikTok, I know I don't have to teach you guys about TikTok, so I didn't want to spend a lot of time in here. However, I do have those additional notes. I'm not going to be that petty. Stays on it, right? Sylvia, he's your future client. That's why. So identify your target audience. So when you're on TikTok, look at the hashtag that people are using. Look at for your target audience and make sure you're utilizing those same hashtags. That's just going to be a little research on your part. Did you know that you can look at TikTok on your computer, desktop, or laptop so you can see it a little bit bigger? So while you're taking those notes, you can use that. That's what I would do. That's what I did. Develop a strategy. I talked about that. Learn about the algorithm. Same thing as learning about the algorithm with everyone else.
The TikTok thing, I hate to say it, and I know it's going to be funny, but I'm going to literally have to go to my 8-year-old and be like, show mommy how to do this.
Yes. And it's when I tell you it's so easy, Sylvia, it's TikTok is Facebook and Instagram had a baby and they spit it out and it's hyper.
Yeah, she's always running, mommy, look at this, look at this, look at this video. And she's and a lot of them are very interested, like those life hacks and stuff like that. She likes watching videos like that.
That's so
So
cool.
Yeah, so she runs to me like, Mom, look what I just found, or look what I'm looking at. And I'm like, okay, I was like, that's something we can try. Let's see.
My husband is a TikTok. I'm gonna mute you, but my husband is a TikTok chef. Okay, he already cooks his behind off, but then he started using these hacks too. So I definitely know. But so just guys, make sure you're leveraging it. I didn't want to hang out on TikTok too long. What I will say is here are your 3 things that you can do. Make videos using Canva, use real life experiences, and also think of something that has nothing to do about your business for fun. Honestly, I have somebody who's doing bird watching and she gets a ton of views for her bird watching that bleeds over to information for her travel professional agency. So with TikTok, you want to do something relevant to your business in video form, relevant to your business with maybe targeted ads that you create or live experiences. That's why we have to go on these vacations ourselves, right? And something fun. All right. That's your mixture. The reason I said that is because I have some remaining tips for you. One, tip 6, technically, connect with positive influencers. And this is with any social media profile. Follow people and pages that promote positivity. And oh, sorry, I had to mute you again. Follow people and pages that promote positivity and personal growth. Promote your post. Automate your post. Whew. Take breaks from social media. Limit time spent online to prevent addiction and negative impacts on your mental health. This is serious. So this is why I would rather come in, make a whole bunch. I would spend 4 hours making all of those posts, getting them up, and not have to go back unless it's something relevant for right now. All right. Sharing is caring when approved. You can seek permission before sharing other people's content. Always ask for permission before sharing someone else's content. All right. So this easy. DM them. Say it in a comment. I really like this. Can I share it on my page too? Especially if it's an influencer or anything like that, they may feel some kind of way if they don't represent your brand, but you're putting their stuff up as if they do. So be very careful with this, okay? Monitor your digital footprint. Be mindful of what you post online. If you have a lot of political things, anything that can be perceived as hate speech, too much information about your family. Some people have too much information about their personal family, especially children. Let's go remove it. All right. And just think about what you're posting because it can have an lasting impact on your reputation and your future opportunities. You never know who you meet. You know what they say? You got to be, when you go out to the store, we have to be a lady every time, right? You have to be a gentleman every time because you don't know, that could be your future boss, your future clients. And then they'll be like, oh, I remember when you cut me off. I remember when your kid was rude to me and you didn't apologize. So it's the same thing with social media. All right. You have to watch what you're doing on social media. You never know who that future engagement might come from. And they remember everything negative. They never remember anything positive, but negative stuff holds weight. All right. Finally, we got to the end. I was hoping not to go over an hour, but I knew it. I knew I was. Do I have any questions, guys? Ladies, gentlemen, I'm so prone to saying guys, I'm sorry. What questions do I have? I hope this was helpful information.
Oh, it was super helpful. When is the date of that one training you were telling me about for the
I
train?
gotcha. I think I saw it up too because I went to something and I pulled it up by accident. Amber, you're definitely welcome. So what I'm going to do, Sylvia, I'm going to end the feed.
Okay.
Cassie, absolutely. I'll give it to you. Alinda, the recording will be up no later than tomorrow morning. Carla, you're definitely welcome. So I'm going to end it just so that I can stop the recording, guys. Give me 1 second, okay?
Hold up. Beat it up like.
Hands on your knees.